Hello, this is Rick Marshall, and you're listening to today's devotional thought. I'm talking about weather forecasting and the Christian life. Predicting the weather is a tough job. I really feel for the meteorologists on television sometimes as we watch them. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't. I remember the story about an old Indian chief, and his members of his tribe asked him one day what the weather was going to be like for the winter. He quickly went off and got on his cell phone and called the National Weather Service and said, "What's the weather going to be like this winter? Colder or warmer?" And they said it's going to be a cold winter. He went back and told the members of his tribe it was going to be a cold winter. Soon after that, some came and asked him again, said, "Chief, are you sure? Is it going to be a warmer or colder winter?" So again, he went and called the National Weather Service and asked them, was it going to be a colder or wetter or warmer winter? They said it's going to be a cold winter. He came back and said to the tribe, "You need to start storing firewood because it's going to be a cold winter." Sure enough, after a few weeks, a few others came and said, "Chief, are you sure about that forecast of the winter?" He said, "Give me a minute." So he went again and called the National Weather Service. This time they said, "Chief, you don't need to call us and ask us again. We've already told you it's going to be a cold winter." And he said, "Well, what makes you so sure it's going to be a cold winter?" He said, "Well, all we know is that those Indians who live out there are storing firewood like crazy." Well, sometimes the forecasts do seem they go like that. But even with all the sophisticated computer models about weather forecasting, the truth is they don't always get it right. But Jesus made some forecasts, not of the weather so much, but he made forecasts, and his have all been right. You remember he said he was going to die and rise again 3 days later, and he did. He has promised that one day we're going to die, and our bodies are reminding us that day by day we get older and weaker and our bones tireder, and we look around and people are still dying, just as Jesus said. And as we look around, we realize he said he's coming again. I believe him. In fact, I look forward to that day. So here's my question, not about the weather, but do you really believe Jesus? Are you ready for the day he comes again? If you died today, or if Jesus came back today, where would you spend eternity? Remember, unlike some weathermen, you can be certain that Jesus' forecasts are always accurate.